been 20 years since a jury found Peterson guilty of killing his wife Lacey and their unborn son Connor on Christmas Eve 2002. His new team of lawyers with the LA Innocence Project was asking for DNA testing on items found during that investigation.
KCRA 3's Michelle Bandor was in the courtroom all day today. She joins us live with the attorney's arguments. Michelle?
And Ty, yes, the judge just made actually a split decision about that motion for DNA testing from Scott Peterson's defense. There are 14 items that the defense asked the judge to have DNA testing be retested, and right now the court hearing is still going on in the courtroom back there. They're taking motions are about. So the defense wanted certain testing done on, like I said, 14 items. The one item that she granted to have DNA testing or retesting is actually duct tape that was found on Lacey Peterson's pants of her remains when she was pulled from the bay in 2003. That duct tape had already been tested in 2013. However, the judge noted that there has been advances in technology and that should be retested. However, the 13 other items ranging from a cloth of a mattress inside a burning van found near the Peterson's Modesto home, that will not happen. In fact, the defense had said there was blood on that mattress, but testing that was done earlier, according to the prosecution and the judge, that there was very small traces and not enough to be tested, as well as a glove and a hammer found in a burglary that happened at the Peterson's neighbors. So just a split, I don't know how you'd want to call this, but one item will be tested and the rest will not be tested. However, throughout the arguments, the LA Innocence Project talked about how in the Court of Appeals, so they absolutely will be appealing some of these rulings and still trying to get Scott Peterson a new trial. And the judge did note that her rulings today she has no opinion on whether or not he should get a new trial. She was just ruling on whether or not these items should be tested for DNA. So that's what they're discussing now as to what lab will do the DNA testing on that one item that the defense wanted of that duct tape. So that's what's happening in the court hearing right now. It's going to be wrapping up today, and then Peterson will be back in court in July for another hearing that has to do with another situation. Reporting live in Redwood City, Michelle Bandor, KCRA 3 News.
And so what's next in the process, Michelle?
Yeah, what's next is that they're deciding where that testing should be done, and we'll find out when they will schedule the testing to be done on that piece of duct tape. And again, then Peterson, who appeared virtually, will appear virtually again in July at another hearing requested by the defense in this quest to try to get him a new trial.
All right, Michelle Bandor live for us in Redwood City. Thank you.